All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to put on our detective hats. We're going to take that super frustrating task of fixing your computer and turn it into something else entirely. An exciting mystery that, believe it or not, you already have all the tools to solve.
Oh, you know the feeling, right? One minute you're deep in work, everything's fine, and the next, your PC slows to an absolute crawl. An app crashes. Some weird error message just pops up out of nowhere. It honestly feels like a crime scene, and you're the victim.
But what if I told you that you're not the victim in this story? Nope, you're the detective. And by the time we're done here, you are going to have the mindset and the tools to investigate, find the clues, and crack the case of your misbehaving PC.
Okay, so every great investigation starts with a case file, right? Let's kick things off by setting the scene and defining the most common mysteries you're probably going to run into.
Do any of these look a little too familiar? That sluggish system that makes every single click feel like an eternity? Or how about that random crash that just wipes out the last 20 minutes of your work? These aren't just little annoyances, you know? They're cases, and they're just waiting for a detective like you to solve them. And the best part? Every single one leaves a trail of evidence.
Now, before we start dusting for fingerprints, any good detective has to understand the environment of the crime. So let's take a really quick peek under the hood at the two fundamental parts of your Windows operating system.
The easiest way to think about it is like a car. The shell, well, that's your dashboard. It's everything you can see and touch. The steering wheel, the speedometer, the radio. The kernel, on the other hand, is the engine. It's the core part that's doing all the real work behind the scenes. And this difference is actually crucial because it tells us where to look for clues. You know, a glitch on your dashboard, maybe an icon that looks funny, that's probably a minor issue. But a problem with the engine, that can bring the whole car to a grinding halt.
So every detective needs a forensics kit, right? Well, here's the brilliant part. Your Windows PC already has one, built right in. So let's open it up and see what tools we have for our investigation.
First up is the legend itself, Task Manager. This is your command center for everything happening on your computer right now. The second your system feels slow, this is the very first place you go. You can instantly see which apps are hogging all your processing power or eating up your memory. Just think of it as a live police lineup of every suspect in your system. And hey, here's a little pro tip. Check out the Startup tab in there. You can stop programs you don't need from launching right away. It's an absolute game changer for boot up speed. Next in our kit is the Event Viewer. Now, if Task Manager is all about the present, the Event Viewer is all about the past. It is the official detective's logbook. It meticulously records everything that happens. Did some driver fail to load when you turned on your computer? Did a critical service just stop for no reason? The evidence for all these past events is right here, time-stamped and just waiting for you to find it. And for when you need to do a really deep investigation, we've got the Resource Monitor. Think of this as your high-tech surveillance van parked across the street. It gives you this incredibly detailed real-time view of your system's 4 critical resources: CPU, memory, disk, and network. It can show you exactly which program is talking to which file or connecting to which internet address. It's unbelievably powerful for spotting anything that looks, well, suspicious. And finally, we have the System File Checker. See, sometimes the problem isn't a rogue app. Sometimes the crime scene itself has been compromised. This tool basically acts as your structural engineer. It scans for and repairs any corrupted core Windows files to make sure the very foundation of your system is solid.
All right, detective, you know the crime scene and you've got your toolkit. It's time to get our hands dirty. Let's tackle 2 of the most common cases you're ever going to face.
Okay, here it is. Case file number 1. The mystery of the slow computer. You're just trying to get some work done, but every single action is met with that dreaded spinning cursor. The whole system feels like it's wading through thick mud. So, what's our first move?
We bring in our number 1 tool, the Task Manager. A quick glance at those CPU and memory columns will almost always point right to the culprit, some application or background process that's using way more than its fair share. Once you spot this resource hog, you just select it, click End Task, and in so many cases, your system will instantly feel snappy again. And just like that, case closed.
Now for case number 2. You're in the middle of doing something important, and then, poof, an application just freezes up or vanishes without any warning at all. There's no obvious reason, just a digital ghost. So where do we even begin to look for clues?
This one is a job for the Event Viewer. Since the crime has already happened, we need to go back and check the official records.
By looking in the application log for any recent red error icons, we can almost always find a detailed report. It'll often name the exact program that failed, and sometimes even the specific faulty part, giving you that critical clue you need long after the culprit has fled the scene.
So after solving just a couple of these cases, you can probably see how this totally changes your relationship with your computer. You've learned to analyze the scene, to use your tools. You're not a passive user anymore. You are the troubleshooter.
And really, this all comes down to adopting a new mindset, a kind of detective's code. When something goes wrong, the first rule is don't panic, investigate. Remember that the clues are always waiting for you in the logs. You have the tools, and honestly, the answer is usually way simpler than you think. Find that one thing that's out of place, and you probably found your culprit.
And that, right there, is the real takeaway. I mean, following some step-by-step guide you found online might fix a problem for today. But learning how to use these tools to investigate, that gives you the power to understand and solve the problems of tomorrow. It's like they say, you've learned how to fish.
So, the next time your computer starts acting up, don't get frustrated, get curious. Open up your toolkit, start looking for clues, and embrace your new role as the PC detective. So the only question left is, what mystery are you going to solve first?